Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is a 2019 film that was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. This is his 9th film, in case you didn't hear about. This is a movie that I was very much looking forward to, very much anticipating, not just because it's a Quentin Tarantino movie, not just because it takes place during a certain time in Hollywood, the 60s, and it deals with Hollywood in a lot of ways as far as the plot goes, but more so the cast. We have Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays Rick Dalton. He's this actor that you see. He has been famous. He's been the star of a lot of projects over the years, but more recently he's becoming doubtful of himself. He's very self-conscious. You see him worrying about the trajectory of his career, whether or not he can sustain the quality in his films, the quality in his acting. There's several scenes that DiCaprio has where he's freaking out and he's hard on himself and he's just yelling at himself in this trailer. I can watch DiCaprio all day long because of how committed he is, because of how good he is. I love watching Leo do these scenes where he feels authentic. He feels true to form. I buy him as this character in so many ways. Brad Pitt plays his stuntman, Cliff. And I was impressed by how much stuff Brad Pitt got in this movie. I wasn't expecting all of it. I love the dynamic between him and DiCaprio, just their closeness, their bondness, and how much Brad Pitt genuinely cared about Leo losing his grip on his confidence and him trying to help him find that again. Also, Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate, and that's where you realize where this takes place as far as Hollywood goes, as far as, like, if you know the story about Sharon Tate and how she was brutally murdered, then you're sitting there watching this movie, and every scene with Margot, you're worried. And I think that's what the movie was going for. I think Margot Robbie obviously is a great actress. You could argue that there could have been more for her to do. I think it's true. There could have been more for Margot Robbie to do as Sharon Tate. We could have felt like there was a little bit more of a reason for her to be here, more so than the bits that they did give her. There are some actors who are playing real life people, like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee gets a scene here in a fight with Brad Pitt that I think is very amusing, very entertaining. I saw that some people have some complaints about it. They think that maybe Bruce Lee was played up as a caricature and not portrayed with respect, but I thought it was fine. It was fun. Timothy Olyphant, Al Pacino, Luke Perry before his death, and Kurt Russell, who seemingly plays Stuntman Mike, which, if you know Quentin Tarantino's filmography, then that is surely connected to another film. And this movie is over 2 hours. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. It's pretty long. It is. There are scenes, there are moments more so in the middle portions that you could say, I don't want to say dragged, and I don't want to say that I was really ever bored, but you do lose some steam in some parts. It does come back around, though, at the end. If you know the story about Sharon Tate, then you know about her connection to Charles Manson and the whole Manson family situation going on. And I was super curious how this movie would address that, if they would address it, what they would do with it. It certainly played heavily into it. I'm not going to give away spoilers. I'm not going to really talk about what they do. I will say, though, that I love what they do. The end portion of this movie, the action-y sequence of this movie, I really enjoyed. I got a huge kick out of it. It might be intense and hard to watch for some people, but man, they really went for it in a lot of ways. So I enjoyed that. What more can I say? Look, is this going to be everybody's cup of tea? No. Some people are going to complain that it's too long. Some people are going to complain that there's scenes and plot points that don't really amount to anything or don't go anywhere. It's more I looked at it as, hey, we're seeing some of these stars, some of these actors show their best, do what they do best, and put into these situations. Quentin Tarantino in his movies, his writing, his scenes, his dialogue of characters going back and forth and bouncing off of each other, to me feels natural, to me feels realistic, to me has a certain level of comedy too to this movie that I wasn't quite expecting. I found myself laughing through a decent amount of it. So I really enjoyed it. Overall, I'm going to give it a good date movie. Although if you bring a date to this movie, don't be surprised if she does get bored, if she does get restless, and if she would much rather go watch The Lion King again or something. I don't know. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you think it was too long? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Absolutely.